Think about it this way, guys. While we are out here doing and seeing things, they are in there doing nothing. Hey guys, what is up? We are walking all around Washington, D.C. because I'm still here and my legs aren't broken yet, as far as I know. And we're showing you all the great monuments and memorials while we're here, because why not? You know, we're here. We might as well be here. If we're going to be here, let's just be here. And we're going to start out with the Lincoln Memorial. Now, this is getting a massive overhaul refurbishment. They're fixing some of the limestone and the concrete, and they're also putting a brand new museum underneath it. I was in the old one several years ago. It always smelled like pee. You know, I hate to be crude, you know, but there was a urine stench all over the place. So it's going to be a welcome addition when they have that there. You know, love the Lincoln Memorial. I think you're still able to walk up. No, you can't walk up to it even. Yeah, I can see it right there. It's all closed off. So that's a shame, because you always like, you know, visiting Abe when you're here. Oh, look, it's a DC plane. Who would have thought? But yeah, so it's going to be done probably in 2025, I would imagine. I think that's what the sign said. Probably 2026. You know, government work goes slowly. Hold the phone. I was wrong. So we can go up there. We're going to do that right now.
There's so much space right now.
Wow.
Inspired by that classic speed.
Especially on a sunny day. It actually was it built so that it was almost...
The I Have a Dream step is definitely covered by this scrim, so that's a shame, but it's always cool to see. Next up, of course, we are at the Vietnam War Memorial. You know, just such a tragic memorial, just because there's so many names of innocent people, innocent Americans that died fighting a lot of the times for something that they didn't even understand, that most of Americans didn't understand. So it's like quadruple tragic, but every time you see these names and it turns from like 50 to, you know, 300 on a slab, it just gets more and more painful. They did a wonderful job on the memorial, though, and at night it looks really, really beautiful with everything lit up, but it's so bittersweet and tragic. This is the Dwight Eisenhower Executive Building. A lot of the West Wing actually runs from here. This is where most of the offices are, just because there's not enough room in the actual White House. But, you know, it's pretty cool, and it's shown in the show, The West Wing, which is one of my absolute favorites. Architecture-wise, it looks like something straight out of, like, France, but it's very much American. We're headed towards the White House now, and you used to be able to walk up in the street pretty much right up to the gate. You haven't been able to, I think, for about a year now. I'm guessing it's all security. You know, that would make sense. But it used to be really, really cool. I mean, you were able to walk up for decades and decades. They used to have protests 24/7. There'll probably be a protest over there right now for something. So regardless of what is written on the actual sign, this is pretty cool. These are the old police and fire boxes that they used to have back in the way old days. This would be the way that they would like reach out to 911 operators when that wasn't really a thing. And they were able to talk with each other. You know, police would share information on these boxes. There it is in all its glory. Here is the National Museum of African American History. Pretty unique building, if I'm being honest. Up next, we have the National Museum of American History. Wonderful museum. I've been here several times. I'm not going to get a chance to go on this trip, but I'll have to come back because we haven't done an official vlog on it yet. This one is on the list as well, the National Museum of Natural History. Definitely need to be there. Been there before. It's fantastic, so go for sure. And over here we have the Archives of the United States of America. Declaration of Independence is in there, which is pretty cool to see. I've seen it before, and that's where, you know, Nicolas Cage stole it from. You know, Riley was in the van right around here, which is actually pretty cool. And this is where the chase started. Here's one that I haven't been in yet, but I really want to someday. It's the National Gallery of Art. Some of the most beautiful pictures, painted, you know, different kinds of art are in here, including a lot of the presidential like portraits. So it would be really cool. It is, however, massive. It's just as big as a Smithsonian building. It's just gigantic. And right across the street, we have, you know, a tragic story. This used to be the Newseum. They moved when they used to be in Roslyn, and they moved here. My first vlog on this channel is actually filmed a lot in there. It was such a cool place. It was dedicated to news, and it had like pretty much every single newspaper from all over the world that you could ever look at. It had the top spire to the North Tower of the World Trade Center, which I have still not been able to find. Unfortunately, they went bankrupt, which is just tragic. And I don't know where any of the artifacts that were in there. They had a big piece of the Berlin Wall, just so much cool stuff. And you know, it's tragic to see it. Now the building appears to be empty or vacant. Who knows what they'll be doing with it? But we were right up there, which is pretty cool. Think about it this way, guys. While we are out here doing and seeing things, they are in there doing nothing. No, but seriously, here we are at the Capitol. Just a beautiful building. I've never been able to go inside. I will one day. It's on the list. Geez, we're seeing a lot of things on the list. I'm gonna have to come back 15 times, but you know, worth it. Just in case the Indian didn't give it away, this is the National Museum of the American Indian. It's pretty big. I don't know why it's blocked by trees on this side. You'd think they'd want it to be seen. You know, this is the National Mall. Here we have the National Air and Space Museum. It's getting like a complete facelift on the front, which I didn't know about. You have to enter through the back. It looks really cool. It looks like an SR-71 in the front. So I'm super excited about that, but oh, it's so big. And I really wish I was able to see it this trip, but you know, we'll have to come back and see it. They're doing construction here right now, but behind it, that's the Hirshhorn Museum. I'm not really sure what goes on there. I've never been. And, you know, the name's always just been so hard that I was like, nah. You know, here's what it is at the bottom. But maybe I'll go. And here is the original Smithsonian Institute. It reminds me so much of Princeton. It's just such a cool, and this started it all. You know, before there was any other Smithsonian buildings, there was this building, and it kicked butt. Left, right, up, down, center, you know, little to the side, backwards. Well, this is a treat. Fleet of the Future, the new metro trains. Oh, they look really sick. Oh, I'm excited. I love the metro system here. I think I like it more than the monorail system in Disney. It just makes so much sense, and it's pretty easy to understand. Oh, I like the color. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd ride that. You know, why not? Could be a little more slick. It does look a little thick and bulky, but hey, I'm all for new. And the ones that, a lot of the ones that I've been on today, trash, garbage. Except for the ones that go to like the fancy rich neighborhoods. Those are nice. And then the rest, garbage. Man, that feels so nice. So the Washington Monument's doing us a favor. So we're going to finally announce them. That the Washington Monument. Pretty cool, pretty tall. You can go inside of it. There's an elevator that goes all the way to the top. I've never gone. I've heard the tour is really, really cool. You have to buy your tickets sort of in advance, but you know, the tickets aren't too expensive. It's really, really cool though. I mean, you should definitely go. It's wonderful. And of course, we have the World War II Memorial, which is even more beautiful under this lighting at this time. Oh my gosh, it just looks so good. One for each state. where we lost somebody in the Atlantic, and then on this side, the Pacific. Puerto Rico is even over here, you know, not a state, but they showed up, and we thank them for their service. You know, it's just, World War II was one of the worst times in history, and it was one of the finest hours of the America, just in general. So they did a wonderful job with this memorial. Definitely come by. I don't know that I've ever seen it too busy. You know, even if there's a whole crow ton of people here, it's fine, you know, you just got to deal with it. Pennsylvania's over there, PA. This is one of the worst things that I've ever seen. This is crazy. Did somebody just put another piece on while I was filming it? Over here we have the District of Columbia War Memorial. You know, it's nice. You could probably miss it and not be upset, but it's pretty cool, and it's pretty close to the World War II, so you could sort of just sneak over there. And we've got the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Oh, just so cool. I really enjoy it because of the stone and rock analogy, and how it's like cut out perfectly, and it's just such a beautiful memorial. Plus it's cherry blossom season, you know, dating this video a little bit, but you know, it just makes it even more beautiful. Oh yeah, and there's a Jefferson Memorial, but nobody cares about that.
Mr. Jefferson, my name is Lisa Simpson, and I have a problem.
I know your problem. The Lincoln Memorial was too crowded.
Sorry, sir, it's just...
No one ever comes to see me. I don't blame them. I never did anything important. Just the Declaration of Independence, the Louisiana Purchase, the dumbwaiter.
Maybe I should be going. I caught you at a bad time.
Wait! Please don't go. I get so lonely.
And last but certainly not least is the Korean War Memorial. This has a very special place in my heart. My grandfather served in the Korean War, and when he came home, he saw the cherry blossoms for the first time. So I thought it'd be nice ending this video because I just saw him, you know, and it was, I didn't get to know him very well, you know, but I know he served his country, and I'm proud of him for that. And this just makes me feel a little closer to him, I guess. You know, we both got to see the cherry blossoms at one point in time. You know, it always happens in spring, and it's just cool to think of. This is especially going to be really cool because it's sunset now, but still gut-wrenching, just as gut-wrenching as Vietnam. But it's just like, oh my gosh, the things we do to end tyranny. And, you know, the casualties aren't really close comparative as far as I know, but it's just wild. Jeez. Just wild. Wow, I've never seen them at sunset. I saw them at night, and they're sort of cool that way, but I mean, nothing like this. This is crazy, and they just look so real. Jeez. That was a nice end of the day. My legs hurt so much. I've walked about 28, 29 miles today, which is unheard of. I did 60 the entire time I was at Disney, and that was for a week. So I walked today, you know, a couple feet, you know, a couple feet. I earned my bed, I earned my meal tonight. But I walked all this way so you don't have to. You can make your trip before you get there, understand some of the rules. Not everything's going to be the same as your state, which I found out very quickly, unfortunately. But just plan a trip, you know, come out here, see the cherry blossoms next year if you can't see them this year. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, it's going to be a trip that you won't forget. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll have to see what we're doing next time. Bye.